for today. So there are pretty much four pairs that I'll be watching today, and the first one is the EURUSD. So just starting off on the 8-hour chart, you can see we've got a breakout. Yesterday we were looking at this consolidation. We've got a breakout to the upside. The alligator has crossed over, pointing to the upside. So I am looking for an opportunity to get long. So if we look at this area where price is, which is the white line, you can see we're in an area of resistance. So I would expect some kind of a pullback. So there's two areas that I'd be watching for that. The first one is pretty much where we are at the moment, and the other one is this inside tail, which should come back and test this trend line break. If we just break down to a 3-hour time frame, you'll see I can fine-tune my entry points. This is the first area that I'm watching, okay, and that is 1.1089, and then my second level, just to fine-tune it here, you can see how it touches on most of these areas here. That is going to be an area of 108523. Okay, entry will definitely be off the half hour. Okay, we've had a very strong move on the half hour, so pullback is going to be, well, I suppose it could come all the way back down, you never know, but I would expect just a sort of a gentle pullback, probably a Fibonacci level, if we get that in as well. And then we need to watch price action to see where we are. So 50% comes down to this area here. Let's get rid of this noise. Okay, so I'm definitely looking in this area here. Okay, so pullback back into 10852 and 10866. That's the area that I'm looking to get long on this market. The target is pretty much this top trend line. Okay, so that would be 1095. So that would be the target area for today. Okay, Euro Japanese yen. So euro is also broken out. You can see the Euro Japanese yen broken out of its trend line as well. And same scenario here. I'm looking for a pullback, and the first area that I'd be looking at would be in the area of 116.62. The second one being 116.20. First one, 116.62, and then 116.20. Okay, so that's pretty much pullback that I'd like to see there. I do like the structure of the euro at the moment. I think we had some major breakouts yesterday across all the euro pairs. Now let's wait for this data to refresh. Okay. And you can see on the 3-hour as well, we have come into the area, we've closed the gap. There was an open gap there, a gap closed, and the sellers are stepping in at the moment. But I do believe that's going to be just a sort of a consolidation or pullback consolidation, and then another opportunity to get long on this. Target areas. So this one is, go back to 8-hour. It's not a little bit difficult to call because, well, not difficult to call. I suppose I don't expect a target area sort of around there and then back into a range or something. The structure that I can see here is we do have a pretty big cup and handle. Okay, that cup and handle neckline is right here. Okay, and that is 116.90. So whatever pullback we do have, I expect that to be a higher low, opportunity to get long, and then I expect a higher high coming in. So this could be a setup for a trend similar to what we've had to the downside. Okay, so there has been quite a bit of noise coming into the markets around vaccines and stimulus, etc. So risk on, which means the Japanese yen won't be seen as a safe haven for hopefully the next couple of weeks, which will then give us a fairly nice trade to the upside. Okay, so I'm watching this one really keenly, and any pullback back into some structure is going to get me interested. Okay, entry is definitely on the half hour for me. Okay, So I think we just add a little level in here. You can see this congestion here. Okay, and that is at around 116.52. So that could also be an area that we need to pay attention to. Because the deeper the pullback, the more interested I am. Okay, so I'd love to see a pullback onto this trend line to retest it before moving to the upside. But this was a strong move yesterday. So we are ranging, typical Asian session. So we'll have to wait and see what happens at the London Open. Okay, the other one is pound USD. So pound USD also, just to get to the 8 hour here, we've had a fairly strong trend line. We've got a bit of a break and it's looking like a bit of a retest. I'm not entirely comfortable with the setup, but it does offer some form of hope. So if you look at the 3 hour, you can see we've got a crossover happening on the Williams alligator. The awesome oscillator has also turned. We are still sort of in negative territory, being below the zero, but we've had a number of green bars, one after each other. So I'm watching this with interest. I think the only thing that I'd be looking for is a proper breakout of this trend line. So in other words, a new high over and above what we've created here. So that's 1.22267. I want to see a break up there and a retest of this area before looking for that entry. If we just look at the half hour, you'll see that we've broken through the trend line in the half hour. We come back on sideways, and it does look like we are trying to pull in a retest of it. I've got 3 levels drawn in at the moment. So, you know, it could be a pullback back into this bottom area here, which is 1.21608. Or we could just swing off here at 1.21933. But again, this is one to watch for the UK Open. I think if the euro being as strong as it was yesterday, we also had a bit of a good rally yesterday on the pound. So my view of a potential setup here is that is a consolidation, and I would expect a second move of something like that, taking me to the next level of resistance, which would be in the area of 1.23152. Okay, so that's it. And then the last one, the Aussie dollar really didn't play out yesterday as I was expecting. But we do have a breakout on the Aussie dollar Swiss franc. There it is there. Okay, we've had a fairly strong rally, and that's on the daily. If we come down to the 8 hour, you'll see consolidation for quite some time. I could make it a bit messy and just put in that level as well, but I don't think it's necessary. You can see we've had, let's not call it a breakout just yet. Look to the left, you can see quite a bit of resistance at this area where we are. And if I come back down to the 3 hour, you'll see resistance, resistance. The point for me at the moment is I have that trend line, and let's just put the other one in as well. I have that trend line break. And then obviously I have this one, which is from there to there, which is a little bit stronger. Okay, so I have 3 areas pretty much that I need to watch to see what price does on each one of these trend lines. So again, the pullback is what I'm looking for. Okay, and just to make it really messy, there is a double bottom here. So I would also look at a retest of that breakout for another move to the upside, which is pretty much just going to give us back to almost an area that we are floating around in at the moment. Okay, so those are the 4 pairs that I'm watching this morning. I do believe the pound, the euro probably offers the best opportunities right now, but the nice thing is that it does look like it's risk on forming at the moment. So we could stop this consolidation patterns on a lot of pairs and start getting some opportunities for some nice decent swing trades. So yeah, I hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Cheers for now.